I allowed my 9-year-old to pack up and move 3 hours in one state away from me. And it started a huge family war that I'm not sure will ever be resolved. Let's talk about it. All right, so in summer of 2023, I decided that I was going to pack up the kids and we were going to move to Pittsburgh. It was the next step in my healing, and I knew how much I needed it. I knew that the anger inside of me and the hurt inside of me was too far gone for me to stay in the same place and heal it. My trust in myself and everyone around me was completely obliterated. So there was no chance that I could stay where I was and get back to a good place. And I really felt like I was ready to get back to a good place. And I knew no one in my family was understanding it. Nobody wanted me to go, and they had their own concerns, and their concerns were very valid. But at the end of the day, the way that everybody handled it was completely wrong, including myself. I made a lot of mistakes. They made a lot of mistakes. That's neither here nor there. But basically what happened was in September, Labor Day weekend, I actually packed everything up. I had the truck and I left. I went back the following week to pick up my kids, bring them down and get them settled into the school down here. And we were down here for 2 months, and every single day of those 2 months were absolute hell. My daughter was very quickly regressing. And the problem is that my child there's things about my child that nobody knows, right? That I don't talk about on TikTok, and even those closest with me in the real world, they don't understand. She has some, I hate the word disabilities, but she's a very intense child, and she is on the spectrum. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it. And needless to say, she was not adjusting to the move at all. Here she was going into 3rd grade in a new school, where we don't know anybody. And like she kept saying, she's like, nobody asked me if I wanted to move. And she's 100% correct. Nobody asked her. I didn't ask her. I don't believe that as a rule that children get asked if they want to move, correct? But it was something I needed to do. So 2 months in, we originally settled on the fact that if a year from now, she felt the same way and she wanted to leave, that she could go at that point. I would allow her to go back. We were only 2 months in, and let me tell you, everybody's life was being interfered. Her brother's life was being greatly negatively impacted. My life was being greatly negatively impacted. She was going to literally give herself a stroke with the amount of anger that was going on inside of her, like to a point that it was so unhealthy. And everybody was upset, and this was not serving the purpose. So it was beginning of November, and I called my mom, and my mom said, you know what? Why don't you just let her come back and live here? We'll get her registered at school here. Let her come back and live with us. And so I did. I drove her back up there and dropped her off. My parents got her registered. They work with my ex-husband. She lives full-time with my parents. She sees my ex-husband quite a bit, but home is at my parents' house. Now, here's the thing. I took so much heat. The amount of people coming up to me and at me telling me that I should be moving back home, that how selfish I am, how terrible I am, the damage I am doing by separating my children. And the fact is that not one of these people had any idea what was going on in our real life. Not one of these people had any idea that I was reaching a point where I would not say I was unalivable up there. Like, I was not at that point, but because I don't know that that's inside me, but I was a shell. I was broken. I did not care, and I did not want to do anything. I did not want to be involved in their life. I did not want to be involved in my own life. I didn't want to be home. I didn't want to participate. Like, I was in a really bad place. And at that moment, as I had more and more people sticking their nose into shit that where it didn't belong, and we're talking cousins, aunts, brothers, sister-in-laws, best friends, families, all of this stuff, sticking their nose and telling me what a terrible parent I was. And I think what got me was the fact that we don't get to choose. This isn't what I thought life was going to look like. But you're telling me that I should go back and be at a point of almost wishing unalivement as opposed to allowing her to go. Do you know what it is? It's been 18 months since she went and I stayed. Me and her brother stayed. She's up there. My kids have a fantastic, amazing relationship together. Okay. They see each other every other weekend. Her and I have a great relationship. Better actually than we did when we were living together. She is thriving and doing so well. And everybody is happy. So no, moms, children, nobody else gets a vote in what your life looks like.